Big topics, big stories, and big news. The Big Rich Show. It happens here.
Sean's gonna cover me tomorrow so I can be home when the crib's delivered. Jessica?
I don't know.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
no.
Luke?
Oh my God.
Is that how you greet your mother?
I lost my wife and became a father in the same hour.
These things will not fix themselves. So I will stay here for a little while, but you are hiring help.
I wanted someone to talk to.
Sage, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you lost the baby.
I hope you're not here to interview dressed like that.
Interview?
Well, I am looking to hire a nanny.
Are you serious?
Luke,
Are you interested?
I've seen the way you behave with this child. You walk around like you belong in this family.
I'm reminded every day of what I lost.
Well, that baby is not yours.
You smothered me my entire life.
Jessee is
Mom,
not her child.
you need to stop. I keep seeing her.
Who?
Jessica.
This was meant to be a job, just a job.
And welcome to the Big Rich Show. As you heard from the entrance, I have David Mcabee with me today, and it's going to be a fun ride, guys. David, thank you for coming on.
No, man, thank you for having me, especially with all the craziness that's happening in the world. It's cool to be doing something creative again.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I hate even saying the word, but the coronavirus, man, it has a lot of people locked down right now. It has us going crazy.
I'm good though, man. I'm in my compound. I got all my VHS tapes up here. Where else do I need to be?
And no Betamax to go with that? That was supposed to be the one.
No, that's in the repair shop, so.
Right. That's funny. Yeah, Betamax and VHS days. That's taking us back, man.
I'm gonna throw you way back.
No doubt. Fans and friends, I got a good man with us tonight. He's a writer and is a director, as we had stated earlier. And his new movie is getting ready to be blasted everywhere. I believe that's the beginning of May 1st, right?
May 1st, For the Love of Jessee. Get it.
But For the Love of Jessee. And I'm going to tell you what, I will be throwing things up as we keep going tonight. And you can check that out, the trailer. And it's a heartfelt story. I watched the trailer and I read a little bit on it. And, man, it's definitely worth the watch. And we have nothing but time now. They're saying we might even be in our homes till June. So you got to watch it.
No better time than now, right? Like, put on a good movie. There's nothing but like a bunch of garbage on the news anyways. I'm sick of hearing that same old song and dance. Throw our movie on, get a good story.
That's right. That's right. So what brought you to go ahead and do this movie? You know, the evolution to where we're at today.
Sure, man. This story, the story of just getting the movie made is a movie in itself. I a couple years ago, I wrote and directed my first short, Night Terrors, that stars Lorene Landon and Jack Grisham and Alexa Nahara. And then after that, I was an executive producer on this independent pilot, and that's where I met the producer for the Love of Jessee.
Okay.
They pitched me the idea. They said, I've got this idea. It's about a doctor who loses his wife in childbirth. Do you think you could write something like that? And I'm a horror guy. Like, as you will see from all the VHSs behind me, this is what I grew up on. That's my school right there. So writing a drama was a little bit of a departure for me, but I had a great cast lined up in my head, a producer who was pretty flexible on story. We bounced a lot of ideas back and forth. And then about after a year of writing and rewriting and getting all the financials in order, we got greenlit and we were off to the races.
Sweet, man. What was one of the biggest obstacles getting to this point for you?
Well, it's funny you say that with, you've got Randy Wayne's picture there behind you. And honestly, one of the biggest hurdles of making this movie was finding the character for Randy to play, or finding the role, the right actor for that role. I had written the story for a great dear friend of mine, Blake Heron, who was an amazing actor. And I wrote, like I said, for a year, locked in a room, writing the script with that guy in mind. He knew he was going to play the lead. And then 3 weeks before production was about to begin, cameras on ground, we were good to go. Blake unfortunately passed away. And that's a lot of weight on one's shoulders to say, one, do you want to still do this? You just lost a good friend. That good friend was supposed to be in this movie. You wrote it for his mannerisms, for his character. And luckily Randy Wayne popped in, and we had a short list of actors, and Randy was on one of them, and we just had a nice conversation, and I felt like he could do it. So I went back and rewrote the character a lot to branch it away from who Blake was, to reflect more of the character that I saw that Randy could pull off.
Okay, all right, makes sense. And I'm sorry about you had to experience that. And but man, I mean, sometimes things happen like that in life, and yeah, it's you just got to keep moving, brother.
Nah, man, it was, like I said, it was obviously not fun to lose a really good friend, but to see the people that were on set, like they all knew Blake or knew of Blake. He had a beautiful career, and they all just kind of came together and knew that it was a special time. We had, I think, 18 days to shoot this. So I was in Arizona for a month. We had 18 days to shoot this, and it was a family, a really small crew. So every night we would wrap, we'd all go back to our houses or our hotels and just hang out, drinking, hanging out, eating. But it was like a family. It was a small family of people who knew what they were there to do and could accomplish it.
Right. And you know what's cool too is, like, instantly when you go to watch this trailer, you recognize faces, and that's always something nice. You know, when you recognize, hey, I remember that person from XYZ. Hey, I remember them from this. So and that's the first thing I did when I started watching the trailer. I was like, okay, so it made you feel a little more comfortable, I guess. I don't know, maybe just me personally. I was like, oh, hey, dig it, man. You know, I know that face. And then when you listen to it and then you feel the story, it even draws you in that much more. You're like, yeah, this is one you got to check out. So
no, that's cool. It's cool that you say that. Like, we want the movie to feel different enough that you want to watch it and take the ride, but comfortable enough that you may not know who I am. You may not know a couple of the faces in the movie, but you're comfortable enough with, say, Adrienne Barbeau, Randy Wayne, Brie Blair, that you're going to want to jump on this train and take this wild journey with us.
Well, I guarantee you, man, about 500,000 more people are going to know who you are after this one.
Good. Well, everybody watch. Like I said, May 1st for the Love of Jessee.
Absolutely, yeah, and we'll definitely push that for you, brother. Anybody that comes on the Big Rich Show is a part of the BRRS family, and I say that wholeheartedly. You can ask any former guest that I've had on here, from Ian Gerwin to, I mean, David Ford, who is a great independent director himself, and
awesome.
Their family. We stay in touch to this day. We push each other, we uplift, and that's what it's about right now, is uplifting each other and helping each other reach the plateau that we're trying to get to. So yeah, so
no, I couldn't agree more. Like, the whole indie scene is is so welcoming, and it's like everyone's working together because we're all busting our asses trying to like get the next thing made, get your voice out there. And everyone I've run into along the way is very much like that. Is, hey, what are you making next? Cool. Can I help you? What can I do? What can I do? And that's the way it should be.
Absolutely, man, without a doubt. And yeah, so yeah, I'm all for uplifting, man. I love seeing people make it. Now you had touched on the short that you had made. I don't want to get off into that too much, but the Night Terrors. And what was nice about that is you did have a pretty famous scream queen in that one, didn't you?
I did. The legendary Lorene Landon. I worked with her on a project like 10 years ago. I was a DP for this documentary that never went anywhere, but she was in one of the segments, and we'd stayed in touch over the years just through email and text. And I wrote the script for Night Terrors, and I was like, it's perfect for Lorene. So I just kind of like took a gamble, sent it to her. She loved it, and she really took on the character. Like during rehearsals and on set, she really embodied this character. And honestly, if it wasn't for her, I don't think it would have gotten the recognition that it has now, because not only her being in it and her amazing performance, but she believed in it. So she would go to conventions and take me with her, and we had signed stuff together, and she would promote the film. And that's stuff that usually doesn't happen. Like 99% of the time, once an actor's done with their job, as they should be, they go off to the next thing. But Lorene kind of took me under her wing, and still to this day we talk. And I just wrote a new script, and I've got a role for her, so she's
Amazing.
great. Night Terrors was awesome.
That's awesome, and I'm glad to see that you're still writing. I can't wait. I'm a fan now. I'm gonna follow you, so I promise you that. You know, it's sometimes and we're on the independent thing, obviously. People don't realize though, too. I think it's that much harder in the independent circuit dealing with people and trying to pull things together, because you're always going to come across bumps that when somebody hands you a script and they say write the check, you really don't have too many worries. There's not that much stress. And I don't feel that sometimes you get a lazy person that's not a grinder or didn't have to grind their way up independently, and they could turn $100 million budget movie into a turd where you're
Yeah.
working with $5,000, and this thing, I mean, is winning awards left and right. And so I love the fact that you are here with us in this, and we're all uplifting in this independent movement, because this is the future. And I talked about this with you a little before we came live tonight. And yeah, it's where it's at. It's a family, and we help each other grow. And I don't know if you, I wanted to get that out there to the fans, because a lot of times they think that, oh well, it's all easy peasy. This guy's probably got a ton of money, or people are throwing. There's always obstacles, and especially in the independent circuit, there's more things, because they'll have somebody that not show up that is the only one that's doing that specific thing, or they might have 5 other jobs they're doing too on the set.
Yeah. And that's kind of goes back to what I was saying about our crew, who was amazing. Like people on set, our DP, David C. Smith, who is like a MacGyver of humans. He rigged a camera to a remote control car. So when we were filming the horse scenes, the remote control car is going around the horses, and it looks stellar. When you see the movie, it looks stellar, and that's of his own invention. Just like, oh, I want to try this thing. And then our amazing post crew, Miguel Amodio, and the rest of my post crew. Again, it wasn't just guys putting together a movie. It was guys who felt a part of the movie to give it their best.
Right.
And we all walked away. We're all still buddies. We all still want to work together. The whole point of doing what we do is that hopefully I can write something and direct something, just so I can have David C. Smith on set with me, just so I can have Miguel edit it for me, just so I can have Kelly be in the movie and Mandala in the movie. It's like I just want to create all this stuff just to hang out with my friends and hopefully get paid.
I love that, man. I love that. And that was cool what you just said about the car with the camera. If you were on a bigger budget or on a set, somebody might look and be like, "Are you stupid or something?" get that idea out of here, get him off the thing, you know. I'll say where you guys were like, wow, let's give that a chance, and it probably turned out better than anything you could shoot on a bigger set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was fun. We shot in this little town of Wickenburg, Arizona, and to say that this movie wouldn't be possible without that town is a complete understatement. From people donating their own time, locations, the city gave us their hospital for free to use in the film. They let us use their emergency room. They let us use ambulances. We had real nurses on set, which was awesome. So as I'm directing a scene, I'm asking the nurse, like, how would this really happen? Okay, let's do it that way and put the camera over here. So we wouldn't have been able to do it without Wickenburg. And then we would go out at night and go to the bars or whatever, and everyone knew who we were because we're the only not local folks in town. So stick out like a sore thumb. And it felt like a family, like you were saying. The town brought us in; they were welcoming, and it's let me do that forever, you know.
Right, no doubt. You're going to be able to. I can feel it. If you had right now, if somebody gave you a bag, and in that bag you could reach in and pull out one style of movie that they would let you write the check for, and 4 actors, actresses to be in it.
So dream project with dream cast.
Pretty much, you know, like right now, if I just said right here in this bag, everything you pull out is good. There's a check in there for you, and you can write it for whatever amount. There's a list of people, you can pick who you want, and then whatever you want to make the movie about.
Okay, so we'll start at the top. Is my new script Hyena? That's the one I feel really good about because it's the complete antithesis of what For the Love of Jessee is. For the Love of Jessee is beautiful, and it's a poetic story, and it's love and it's redemption. Hyena, on the other hand, is dusty, it's dirty, it's mean, it's female driven. So that would be the script. My cast is already picked out. Mandala Rose, who's in For the Love of Jessee. I wrote it for her because she's just the ultimate. Lorene, I would have in it. I'd cast probably Ron Perlman, and maybe like Yellow Wolf as the villain.
I like. Wow, you know, it's funny, dude. Ron Perlman is my favorite actor, man. I love that guy, dude. He is.
Dude, he's rad. Like, look at him. Like, look at his resume. He's done every cool thing ever. 1, he smokes cigars. 2, he rides motorcycles, and he just looks like an old school badass.
Yeah, he's that guy that you can sit around and smoke a cigar and something else, or even drink with.
Yeah.
And, you know that you're about to hear 5 or 6 really good stories.
All of them true, too. You know, like not embellished. All of them true.
And it's funny you pick Yellow Wolf because Yellow Wolf to me is like that Kid Rock, Eminem kind of mix, you know, Southern, you know, ratty. Yeah, I could. Oh wow, that'd be good.
So for all your fans out there, help me get this one made so we can get Yella in a movie.
No doubt, dude. Man, we're gonna push this thing now. That I know. And then if we can get Ron Perlman, I'm gonna send him a message. Be like, dude, you gotta do this.
Gotta do it.
Gotta do it. Yeah, I follow him actually, and I'm always tweeting on his stuff. He probably thinks I'm a stalker. I don't know. One day he'll figure out, oh, that's Big Rich from the Big Rich Show when I make it big one day.
Yep. When we all make it big.
Right. But yeah, man, that would be great. I can't wait. Hyena.
Yeah, that's the next one up. And then we just finished another short called Nova, and that's back to my horror roots. And we got that short coming out, and I just finished the script, the feature-length script for that. So those are the 2 we're crossing our fingers for once we get out of this COVID nonsense that we got 2 scripts ready to go.
Right. Well, I think with people being at home, man, it's the perfect time to release too, coming up on May. So yeah, I think that'll be good for you guys. While we're on horror, before we go back to talk about the new movie, what are some of your favorite movies of horror, and maybe the directors behind
I've got to go to the classics. The first horror movie I ever saw, my mom will deny it till the day she dies, but Psycho. She showed me Psycho probably when I was a little too young to be seeing Psycho, but it like carved that little niche in my brain. So Hitchcock's a man. I'm a child of the 80s and the 90s, so Freddy, Jason, obviously. I'm more of a Freddy guy. I like all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. They're all fun. Freddy's the man. So those are the things that I grew up with. Those were my bedtime stories.
I'm with you, brother. We're right about the same. I remember watching, I think the very first one I saw, though, man, it was on, this is right when HBO and Showtime were coming on TV. It was around the time when Michael Jackson had the Thriller video, but it was like, I can not find it anywhere, but I watched it with my older brother because he forced me to, and I couldn't sleep for a month. And there were these things it was about aliens, and they would fly through the air and they would stick to your face.
Master of Puppets, maybe?
Because they were more alien-like, and they would actually like change who you are, and they would become you. I don't know. It was weird. It was wild, but yeah. Since then, I was like, oh man, I don't like scary movies. But then here you got for the very first Friday the 13th.
Yes, yes.
A lot of people don't even realize the actor that was in that. Sometimes I tell them that not Friday the 13th, at Nightmare on Elm Street, Johnny Depp, that he was the boyfriend.
That was his first role. Yep.
It was Johnny Depp. I'm like, yeah, man, that's wild. Crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I loved it. And like, he's still kind of like an old school horror kid. Like, he's an old rocker at heart who's got a little bit of horror in his heart.
Yeah, he did, because he plays all the wild parts. Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
He did a really good job acting weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a good. He's a phenomenal actor, man. Crazy, it's wild.
Yeah, he's great.
I was like, give me whatever he's drinking, because he had longevity. So Dave.
Yeah, and sign me up.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to touch about this movie tonight?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good movie. It's a movie about second chances, which is something that I feel like a lot of people think they don't deserve. And this movie is a clear picture of why we all deserve a second chance. Absolutely. It's a movie about coming together when times are tough, which is something we're all going through right now. Like, there's not a time in history where we can look backwards something like this has happened. So I want our movie to be that little break in the day where you can watch something happy. Sure, there's a lot of drama in it. Sure, there's some heartbreak, but it's a happy movie at the end of the day. It's a love story. People need a little bit of love. Even if you're a horror fan like me, you need a little bit of love in your life. So go watch For the Love of Jessee, May 1st, starring Randy Wayne, Adrienne Barbeau, Mandala Rose, Brie Blair, and Tony Denman.
Absolutely. I love it. Well, before you get out of here, you know everyone runs the Gauntlet of Fire.
The Gauntlet of Fire.
Here we go. We got David getting ready to run the Gauntlet of Fire. Does Bigfoot exist?
Yes.
Okay. Have aliens landed on Earth?
Yes, and we're probably all friends with them in one way or another.
Okay. Did we actually land on the moon?
No, only because I'm a Stanley Kubrick fan.
Okay.
So do your homework there and see what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a lot of my fans will know what you're talking about. I do a lot of conspiracy on the side.
Good.
Dimensions. Do they exist? Can we travel between dimensions?
Yes, and to go back to your previous question about my dream gig, is I want to write and direct the Quantum Leap reboot, which is fair. I mean, it's not dimensions, it's time travel, but it's kind of the same thing. So, but yes, to your question, do other dimensions exist? Yes, and when are we going to go to another one?
Absolutely. All right. Now, I mean, usually I would throw some other different questions out there, but since we have this big pandemic going on, I just got to ask you, because you put your head in a rabbit hole and there's about 50 million tunnels. Was COVID-19 created, was it a designer flu, or is there something else that it's not even a flu, it's something else to it?
I think it's a little conspicuous that it's all happening right around election year. I don't think we'll see the full picture of what exactly it is until I think the dust is settled. But I do think I do think that there's more going on than they let us know.
Okay. Is there any of those we just went down that you would like to maybe elaborate on?
Yo, dimensions. When do we get to go to another dimension? Like, sign me up. Like, I'll put a down payment on a trigger that lets me go to different dimensions.
Man, I'm all about it. And even if it's not even a dimension, it's a parallel universe.
Yeah.
See that? Have you seen that thing about the D-Wave computers and the quantum qubits and things of that sort, where they're saying,
Oh, but fill me in, brother.
well, there's this guy, there's only 2 been sold in the world. One was to Google and one was to NASA. This guy created, you can look it up when we're done. You can Google, it's called D-Wave, quantum computing.
Mm-hmm.
And they use these things that are called qubits. And they run these qubit processors so fast that they have to keep the area that it's in colder than the deeps of space, the deepest portion of space you could ever think of. And they say that it will shimmer and it will allow us to see a parallel universe, which they're hoping will allow us to get. And this guy was in a TED talk saying this, that we can cross over to there, steal their resources, and then come back. That was his exact wording.
Why's he got to say steal? Now he's setting us up for like a war with another dimension. Why can't he say like we're all going to borrow?
Yeah.
We're going to borrow, and they're going to borrow like a cookie recipe from us.
Yeah. So, no, I thought that was wild.
That's rad. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, it's called D-Wave, quantum computing.
Just don't start an interdimensional war. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, let's borrow it for a little bit. Let's see what their beer tastes like.
Yeah, exactly. See what they're putting in their brownies, and let's go put it in ours.
All right. Man, dude, I had a great time with you. We shoot from the hip here. There's no format. The only certainty is that everyone runs the Gauntlet of 5. Other than that, it's like talking with your best friend or your next worst enemy, whoever you are.
No, man, and thank you for having me, man. It's I know it's a little wild out there. The times are wild right now, but thank you for making the time.
No, absolutely, David. I appreciate you being on. And fans, look, we're going to help this guy just like we do with everyone else. I will list all the information and the places that you can find them. I will also put links in for Night Terrors if you guys want to check that out as well. But, let's give this man some props and let's help get him. I want to see Hyena. I don't know about you guys. So with that said, man, once again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. God bless, stay safe, and have a great night, everyone.
Not in any sort of trouble. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't come by here and make sure everything's okay. She's a great kid.
She's a great pain in my ass, okay? She watches all these horror movies, right? And not the good ones. The ones that I was in, they virtually shove the beasts right in your face. These little bitches can't scream today. I gotta tell you, I do not like what she is learning, Mr. Leary.
Look, I know the pictures are a little gory, but she's got talent. I know she's had a rough year with her sister passing, and I'm terribly sorry.
I'm sure you are.
We do offer some great after-school art programs, and I think she'd do good in them.
Really? Well, I'd hate to see her learn more garbage like this. From you. Let me give you a picture. Everybody wants a picture. Sign. There you go.
See you Monday, Abby.
Sure.
Abigail, get inside. Now.
They're just drawings, Mom.
Just drawings? I don't think there's a word in the dictionary for this. Grotesque, maybe? And I had to miss another audition to meet with your frog-eyed teacher. Did you hear what I said, Abigail?
Sorry.
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
I said I'm sorry.
Just go fill it up. I'm having a hot flash. What? Go to your room. I need to rehearse. Remember?
It's a long way up and a short and painful fall, and a man can lose it all if he don't stand straight and tall. That river of love, I'm just a stone. Now I can see the way I've been digging my own grave. It got me living like a slave, check to check and day by day. I'm finally free of your ball and chain. This chapter's done, I'm gonna turn the page on this tragedy. Burn that book on. I'm finally free of your ball and chain. And it feels so good to be moving on.
Mom? 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 Mom?
For the love, Abby. What?
Oh, there was something here. In the house. In my room.
What the fuck are these, huh?
There was something here.
Oh, will you stop it, Abigail? You are giving yourself nightmares.
Hey! Don't. No.
Do you know what time it is? Go back to sleep. Excuse me? No. I'll tell you when I've had enough. You don't own me. Excuse me? I'll tell you when I've had enough. You don't own me.
Mom?
I'll tell you.
Mom.
What?
I was thinking I can go with you to your audition today.
On a school day? Absolutely not.
It's actually Saturday. I was thinking I'd get some art supplies while you're at your...
No. I need all the concentration I can get, Abigail. Why don't you just go outside and play with your friends or something?
Got it. I can't believe you left me with her.
Fucking asshole producer.
How'd it go?
How the fuck do you think it went? Apparently, I'm too old.
I thought I'd draw you something to celebrate you getting the part.
Maybe you didn't hear what I said.
Mom, I'm just trying to...
Don't say that word! I hate that word, Mom. It makes me sound so old.
Why are you being like this?
Because I'm gonna tell you something your little teacher won't. Dreams don't come true, Abigail. Hell, your sister was lucky she died in that car crash. And you think it's my fault? I was supposed to be a star! But you and your sister came along. You fucked up my life. My dreams, my career, everything. I'd pawn you off on your dad if I knew who the fuck he was.
Just stop!
Oh, there she goes. Back to her room. Mom of the Year!
I hate it here. I fucking hate it. You were supposed to be somebody. My mom. Jessica?
Help me, Abby.
Abigail? Abigail? Abigail! Abigail! Yes, this is Jane. I did? Oh my gosh, that's great. Thank you. Sure, later this afternoon is fine. Maybe we could, celebrate at my place. Don't worry about her. She'll be in her room. Abby. Hey, you're a bad boy. Oh, no, it's gonna, it'll be fun, honey. It's me. Okay. I will see you later then. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Yes! Abigail! I got a call back. I'm meeting with the producer later this afternoon. Isn't that great? You're not still upset with Mumsy about last night, are you? I was just a little, tipsy. I mean, tired. Abigail? Open the door! Abby? Abigail? Abigail? Mom!